After 9/11, I started my blog because I was at the World Trade Center that day. And it turns out that through a set of circumstances of inhaling the dust of destruction, I got a heart condition, an irregular heartbeat. I wrote about that on my blog. People were incredibly helpful to me. They gave me advice and support and information that I could use. Well, some years later, I got the diagnosis of prostate cancer. And so oddly enough, I couldn't wait to talk about it on my blog. Now, I did wait because my son was off at college for the summer. I wasn't going to have him learn about his father's cancer on Twitter. But once my family knew, then I went to Twitter and I told people. Now, in an era where we supposedly are very, very frightened about privacy, here I am telling the whole world about my malfunctioning penis. You'd wonder, why the hell would I do that? Isn't that insane? But the value that I got out of this was, again, that I got support and information, and I helped inspire other people to get tested for prostate cancer. There was a friend of mine who I didn't know had had the operation 10 years before, and he would have had no way of knowing that I had had it unless I were public. Once I was public in my blog, he came and sent me an email with incredible, detailed advice about what I was going to go through, so that it was very helpful. And he then went on my blog and said, well, if you're saying this stuff for the future of people who search on prostate cancer on Google, then I'll do the same thing. And he left the same advice there, very openly, under his name. And a woman came along who told me about her husband who had died of prostate cancer because he didn't want to get the operation because he was scared of what would happen. Well, he waited too long. Friends have come along and told me that we've inspired them to go get tested for prostate cancer. Only good things have happened because of this. Now, only one person in all of this accused me of oversharing. Now, oversharing is an odd word, because what it really says is that that person wants me to shut up and doesn't want me to talk about this. Well, I say the problem here was not that I overshared, but that he overlistened. He was trying to control what I was saying. The internet allows people to speak. We don't want to hear everyone speak. That's okay. You don't have to listen to everyone. That's the whole point. We have better and better new filters. Clay Shirky talks about the problem is not too much information or too much talk, it's filter failure. Google and Facebook and Twitter help us find ways to filter and find what we find valuable. I found it valuable to talk about my prostate cancer. I have no regrets about doing so. If you don't want to read it, no one's going to force you to do that. That's the essence of the internet. We can talk about what we want to talk about, we connect with who we want to connect with, and we find the value in that where we may.